volunteers. She's a scout leader, and she's had quite a time with long-term illness and treatment, and her husband's in quite a bad way as well. She's been a scout leader for 8 years, and she stepped down from leading the scouts, and she absolutely loves children. It's her real passion in life. And she's one of these people that just gives so much of the time. If you ask her to do anything, she just does it, and she really excels. She's a real good, amazing part of the community. I did a Stroud Green market, and I had a few ukuleles and kazoos, and we had a little bit of jam session. She came along, she said, oh, she's looking for a site to run a scout group. And she came along here, loved the place, everyone loves her. Few families have joined up, but it's kind of like trying to gain momentum. So I asked her if she wanted to do something. I didn't want to say, oh, would you do the pizzas? Cause she did it before, and she ended up making 50 pizzas. She was making them midnight the night before. She said, oh, one thing, can you give me a hand bringing the dough in? She had dough for literally 50 pizzas. She made 50 pizzas. She worked the whole time through. The next day we went to, it's going to be a long story, sorry about that. we went to Greenwich Eco Park, and she said, oh, I'll come along as well. And she was there, met me, we had a tour of the site, we took some bird boxes home. And she's one of these people that's got so much energy and so much love and so much compassion, and just a real brilliant part of the community. So when I asked her to do something, she sort of had this thing. It's a Polish tradition. It's called the drowning of Mazana. And if you imagine, I mean, winters in the UK are quite mild. You might have a few days it's a bit wet, it's a bit depressing, but in Poland, if you imagine, you've got long winters, minus degrees, darkness, and you're really looking forward to spring. And you want to say, that's it, I've had enough winter, I've had enough cold, I've had enough darkness, I want to go towards spring, positive times. And so she came up with this idea of Mazana and burning these dolls, and I thought, oh, that's quite a nice, very kind of pagan, but from her point of view, it's quite cathartic. I want to say, I'm moving on to a nicer part of my life now. I'm coming out of this darkness. So she made that with one of the kids here, who's been a real part of the community. He started when he was a little tot, and now he's kind of rugged and running around and getting involved in everything. And from family that really love this project, that's really been a big part of their lives as well. So this is, we're not going to drown Mazana. In Poland, they actually have life-size effigies, which was sort of like, we haven't got that much straw, so we'll just do a little sort of Barbie doll-sized one. But what they do in Poland, they actually set fire to this from bridges, hurl it off a bridge when it's on fire, and then it's cast away into the river just to be gone. So it's gone away. So what we're going to do, I said, oh, it's almost too nice to burn, and Alex said, oh, it's got to be burnt, because that represents
You let go of the darkness.
when I looked into it's interesting, because there was another volunteer from Latvia as well, and they sort of said, oh, it's not a figure, but it's kind of a monster. It's a thing that represents winter. It actually represents evil. And if you imagine going back when you're reliant on that harvest, and if your harvest fails, you don't have any food to eat. So you really want to, like what we're doing today, we're celebrating that equinox. We're getting longer days, we're getting warmth, we're getting more.
So it's a transition, is it?
Yeah, just that transitional period. So I don't know, a nice rousing song we can burn effigies by. And Bob's with his children here, and his kids wanted to be involved in helping to put this into the fire. But it'd be nice to get a photo of it in its prior life.